Hey, going guys, it's Ben here coming at you, and we are today continuing part of our online business, I guess you want to call it masterclasses. And today I want to talk about something that I find very close to my heart and something that just came up just last night. Just having conversations with my housemate while I was watching a live feed coming from somebody who also runs an online business. Now, once we just sort of started listening to it and I explained what this guy does, straight out of the gate, my housemate turned around and said, "Oh, I know the company that guy works for. That's a pyramid scheme." Now, I've done a lot of thinking. I've thought about this a lot before. And it absolutely infuriates me when people start talking about pyramid schemes because especially here in Australia, I don't think a lot of people fully understand exactly what a pyramid scheme is. Now, a lot of people attribute pyramid schemes to stuff like, Amway or Herbalife, stuff like that, that is solely based on just recruiting people, just to make money. Now, that couldn't be further from the truth. And I'm gonna see if I can try and make this flow to sort of help you understand. Now, one of the biggest things that I want to illustrate first of all is exactly what a pyramid scheme looks like. So what you're gonna see is there's obviously somebody that's like sitting at the very top. They're obviously recruiting people to perform specific duties. There's a promise of value, there's a promise of progression. And I guess, there's a certain level of value that goes there. However, what you're going to find is that no matter what happens, no matter how much value is presented to you, and no matter how hard you work, that you're never going to move. That value is there dangling in front of you like a carrot. And unless somebody either dies or gets fired, there's no progression whatsoever. And for the, I guess, 14 years of my life, the only thing that really ever resembled that was a job. I know that it's sort of hard to believe that as long as you're working for somebody, you're no matter how hard you work, your return is capped. You're swapping money for hours, and that there's a dollar value attached to that. And and that to me that makes perfect sense. Whereas now these days in 2020, there's a few random companies. There's some of the best companies in the world that have offerings where if somebody does recruit you, and today it's more prolific than ever. Some people want health, they want beauty, they're looking for something that has a desirable effect for them in the community, and they also want another revenue stream. Now, the biggest difference between, say, businesses like Amway, like 15, 20 years ago, where there was no progression whatsoever, where, they could dangle, carrots in front of you and that there'll be no progression. Now, in 2020, you're going to see companies out there, like the one that I'm attached to, and I'm not afraid to admit it, that offer compensation plans where it is 100% based on work, but it has absolutely nothing to do with who recruited you because it's an ever-changing process. So say, for example, the person that brought me into the company that I'm with, they can sit there running their business, building their teams, or I can work 2, 3, 5 times harder than they do, and I can overtake them. Never in 20 in in the amount of years that I've worked where I can say 100% that I've put 2, 3, 4, 500% into something and actually have something to show for it by overtaking whoever was in front of me, whoever was my superior, whoever was my manager. I've been working in hospitality for 10 years and I've never been given the opportunity to move into a manager role because of the fact that, you know, my manager is neither going to quit, he's never going to die. I can bust my ass and break my back exchanging those hours and never see any movement whatsoever. Now in 2020, I can turn around and say, okay, if I shed my limiting beliefs, which I have many of, if I shed my limiting beliefs and really take the bull by the horns, there is absolutely nothing stopping me from launching my business to the next level by taking over whoever brought me into this company and really making money out of that. Another consideration for that as well is the fact that like a lot of people drop off, they quickly become interested, which maximizes my earning potential. So I hope that kind of helps to sort of illustrate exactly what a pyramid scheme is, especially here in Australia, where if you have never heard of it before, it's such a thing called tall poppy syndrome, where, you know, people are just stuck inside their boxes. You know, they've heard about, you know, like different situations where they or like other friends might have been screwed over by, you know, like somebody running an online business or an MLM. And you know, it's just basically by word of mouth, people become disinterested. They become, you know, scared to even consider, you know, like an opportunity. But I think it's more important now than ever, where, you know, millions of people have lost their jobs. Everybody's looking for work. Everybody's trying to get on Centrelink. And, you know, I'm really interested to see, you know, how many people are, you know, willing to step outside of that little box of comfort and really want to draw the line in the sand and really want to, you know, like really build something. And obviously, you know, like take the opportunity to see if you can, you know, like start taking on your own online business, smash your earning potential and take over me, which is, I think, totally fair enough, and which I think is the exact opposite of a pyramid scheme. So, guys, I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your comments. I'm open to actual, you know, conversations about this. So feel free to contact me, get in touch, and see you on the other side.